Hey beautiful souls, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. It's such a privilege to read for you, and welcome to anyone who's returning. Welcome back, welcome to anyone new. In our readings today we are asking, what are the 3 keys to your personal abundance for the year of 2024? What are the 3 keys? What are the 3 things that you need to know about? And we're going to be using a different tarot pack for each of these readings. We have 3 amazing objects as well to help to guide you in. And we have the star cards. I felt very strongly drawn to the star cards for each of the packs. So this first pack is the Wandering Star Tarot. This is what the back of the pack looks like. And this is the star card. And with this reading, we also have this beautiful natural stone flint heart. This is formed in exactly this shape. It's a really beautiful energy. So that's for pile 1. Pile 2, we are using the Mystical Manga Tarot. This is what it looks like on the back of the cards. This is the star card with a tiny little additional star, just for the benefit of YouTube. So this is the star card, and we have a fossilized, beautiful fossilized ammonite here. Show that to you because it's got some amazing colors actually in it. Very subtle, but they're really beautiful. Don't know if you can see those, maybe picking up in the light. So that's pile 2. And then pile 3, this is the Light Seers Tarot. This is what they look like on the back of the pack. This is the star card, really beautiful. And for this pile, we also have this beautiful piece of chalk. It's absolutely amazing. It just gathers the light, as you can see. It's extraordinary. This piece of chalk came from a very ancient site, one of the White Horse sites, where there is no longer a white horse actually, but a place where there used to be one many hundreds of years ago. It's well recorded, and yeah, this is from that very sacred special site here in Wiltshire, where I live. So, beautiful piece of chalk for pile 3. My lovely souls, I hope you are all doing incredibly well and amazingly, and 2024 is treating you very wonderfully already. So before we dive into our readings, and we're asking, what are the 3 keys to your personal abundance for the year of 2024? It's time to really just sit with your intuition. You might want to even get into a bit of a meditative zone if there's any particular dreams, wishes, aspirations that you really want to achieve in terms of abundance. Abundance can mean so many things, but whatever your top priority goals are for the year, you might want to tune into those and just see where you are taken. The timestamps are in the description box as always. So are all the cards that I'll be using as well. I've listed them all, not just these ones. And also I will put them into a comment as well, so you guys can find the timestamps and all the information and anything that may be helpful and useful to you. It will all be listed for you. Beautiful souls, I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Take as long as you need. Okay, beautiful souls, welcome pile 1. Now we're asking, what are the 3 keys to your abundance in 2024? You have chosen the Wandering Star Tarot. You have 3 of Swords, you have 4 of Cups, and you have Ace of Wands. Right, you're going to be starting over again from something. Okay, this is the first key really. When I say starting over, it's like something's run its course. There's been some kind of heartbreak, there's been some kind of grief, and the first key to your abundance in 2024 is to kind of let go of any disillusionment that is left, any residue that's left over from that circumstance. In a way, it's like, I think there's a part of you that is yearning to move forwards, but I think it has been quite tricky for you to move away from the grief and the heartache here, really. This is definitely the first key that I'm seeing, is it's like refinding faith, refinding inspiration, refinding energy. Now, it's very interesting. We have career beginnings, travel indicated in the Ace of Wands here. I think for some of you, travel may actually be a part of this. Unlocking a key to your abundance may actually involve not just sort of metaphorically or emotionally letting go of something, but actually taking a risk to step out, to go somewhere, maybe even to relocate, some of you. It's stepping out and into new territory is really what I'm being shown here. 5 of Swords and 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. Refocusing your goals, refocusing your inspirations, your aspirations. But yeah, I think there's some kind of an upheaval, some kind of a loss, some kind of a shift. There may be like a physical change of job, or a yeah, like a physical relocation involved here for you. Maybe ask for more information. What is this about? Can we get clarification? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. Something in your world actually genuinely does need to change. Yeah, 3 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Prince of Wands. I feel you've got to kind of take a risk here. I think the first key, the card of Strength. I think the first key to your success, to your abundance in 2024, is to make a really clear personal choice to let go of something and move away from it. Just no longer dwell in it, really. To like find the strength, to find the courage to set forth again. This is what I'm really seeing, because I think you've been really overloaded with the 10 of Wands, really burdened in a way. Something has been weighing very heavy on your shoulders, really. This is what I'm seeing. And I do feel that to energetically shift and move forwards, the very first key is either literally just from within you to let go of something, or literally to physically let go, to I mean, some of you may want to do some kind of a letting go ceremony, but I think we're talking about really firmly moving away from something, not dwelling there. And what dwelling makes me think about, again, physical location. Maybe you do need to actually physically move to a new location, a new energy. And it's tough, isn't it? If you've had a tough time and you're going through a grieving process, it can feel really difficult to feel you have the energy to do that shift, to move. But everything is indicating that that would actually be quite providential for you. The first key is definitely about letting go of something. Now, all is in perfect timing. This is it. It's time to take action now. I will be here to help you every step of the way. This is Archangel Michael. Every step of the way. So the timing is now right. Change is coming. I'm here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. So there is definitely an energy of movement around you. You've kind of got to embrace it. So the first key is really letting go. I'm seeing Venus, beloved. Ah, gosh, for some of you, if you are you're letting go of something that was quite treasured, something was quite close to you, actually. Maybe ask for more clarity here. Something that was really very close to you. 11th house community. It's hard, yeah. Some of you, it's like the move means letting go of a community, the safety of a community, or a community that you thought it was like your anchor point or your rock. But actually, in many ways, you will re-find a new community by moving. Everything is in perfect timing. There is definitely a shift and a move here. Letting go of something is the first key. May we please have additional information? I mean, a physical move may not be for everyone. If thinking of the community card, it could be for some of you that maybe you are moving into a new social circles. You're letting go of one social group of people and moving into a new one, or, you know, literally walking into somewhere new. But there's a lot of potential shown here. May we please have? Yeah, I think there's a kind of a new song to be sung here for you. Inspiration will be found by trying out new things. Most definitely, inspiration will come to you. Tree people. Sustenance. Yeah, I think that you've kind of, something's run its course where you are. It's like it can't really go any further. This is the deal with where you are at the moment. It can't go any further. There's something that would just become stale or stuck. I'm not saying this hasn't been difficult, because if some of you have let go of a beloved, whether you're letting go of a beloved house or a job or a group of friends that you really were very close to, a move and a shift is your first key to abundance. It's kind of as if sort of other doors can't be opened. And yeah, because look at this sacred site, purpose, that the whole thing about moving is that you're moving to a new location. And I do feel for many of you there really is a physical, literally a physical move of location. But as I said, it could be like it could be a group that you're attached to, or like leaving home from your family for the first time, or you know, setting forth to university. But the move is essential, whether it's internal or external, because it carries a purpose. You're going to something that can't physically happen as long as you are sort of like dwelling in the same energy. So your first key to abundance in 2024 is all about moving. It's all about shifting and letting go of something. It's something where you've had an emotional attachment. What is the second key, please? What are we shown around the second key? The sun, beautiful energy, light. What do we have here? Then we have further information. We have judgment, Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So the second is also, I think, not just that shift and that move. Your second key is to really take an ownership of what you actually want. You know, don't be afraid to dream and to dream big. That's what we're really seeing here. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Absolutely, don't be afraid to kind of own what you really desire. You have the right to literally, it is to have and to hold. I just feel you need to take a full ownership. This is the second key. Take a full ownership of where you really want to go, what you desire for yourself. Let me straighten your cards up a little bit. I'm throwing them out here. But yeah, the second key is to take an ownership of what you really want. And don't be ashamed of that either, in any way, shape or form. Yeah, Two of Wands. And the Knight of Wands as well. I actually think if you take an ownership of what you really desire, then you can influence this. You can, it's like it sets the pace. It's almost like if you can't take an ownership of what you really desire, then the universe can't deliver it to you, really. This is, you know, would be quite a big deal, really. May we have more information, please, and clarity around this ownership. Trust your angels. Let go of expectations of how dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. This is so clear. So you're being asked to take an ownership of what you want, but also keep your energy free flowing. You know, allow it with the Two of Wands. Allow yourself to be both an influencer, but also be influenced. Let go of expectations. Trust that heaven has a plan for you. And that they will know how to get you from A to Z. You don't have to actually work out the direction. What you simply need to do is actually almost put your desire, your biggest desire, into the universe. But you can't work out, you can't specify. It would be like So this is what's just coming into my mind, so I'll voice it. But it's like if you fancy the pants off someone, but they're already in a very happy relationship. Well, you can't set your desire and your wish to have that person, because it would be a problem, because it goes against that person's conscious free will and choice, or their happiness. What you can do, though, is say, I want a partnership just like that. I want a partner that would fulfill all of the qualities of that person, and then let the universe orchestrate for you. But you've got to take an ownership, not of like the specifics, but of it. Kind of, you are taking an ownership of the specifics, but you're sort of not at the same time. It's like you're saying, I want everything that is embodied in that person or that job or that situation. But again, you can't sort of say, I want that job even though my best friend has it and it would ruin their life if they didn't have it. So we can't sort of put that request into the universe in a way that would be detrimental to anyone else. But you can say, I want a job exactly like that, and then with all those qualities and that bracket of money, or maybe even more. So hopefully you're getting the gist of this. So let go of expectations of how, but take full ownership of what, actually. So that's really your second key. Let's get some more clarity here. Any further information about the ownership here? May we have additional guidance and information, please? Additional guidance and information. May we have additional guidance and information, please, about the taking an ownership, or even about the how it might happen, perhaps. Yeah, maybe we need to ask about the how this might happen. Trust. There you have it. Trust your angels, and bingo, you get the card of trust. Well, there you are. That's the how you get it. That's really being shown. Any further information, please? Any additional information or guidance, please, for lovely pile 1 about the how? We've got a card of trust. Any further guidance? Okay. It says, live your own authentic life with courage to be your true self and renew your focus. Yeah, and look at the way she opens her arms to receive and then sails into the mist with no expectations. Her only expectation is that what she desires will be delivered. She can't see how it will happen, but she knows her end goal, her end destination, and she trusts that it's going to be delivered. Beautiful. So that's your second key. Let's ask, what is the third key to your personal abundance, my beautiful pile 1? What is the third key to your personal abundance? Temperance. Okay, so we're talking about balance, achieving some kind of balance here. We have the 8 of Cups. Okay, you're going to need to be flexible. This is the third key, because you might have to juggle quite a few things. So it's like with Temperance, I'm seeing you balance things, keeping your life-work balance in check. Perhaps, you know, okay, you might have to juggle a few different things, but you can do so. Keep your end goal in mind. You know, we've got a card of abundance here, really. 10 of Cups, prosperity. I mean, this is it, but keep your life-work balance in check. So if your main priority for abundance was to do with money, I don't think it's going to come to you any quicker if you actually sort of delete your social life and don't do that, or if your biggest desire to abundance is to do with your social life, but if you drop your career to the point where it's not sustainable or you're not giving your best, you know, then that's not going to be helpful either. This is about keeping everything in balance and being prepared to be fairly flexible. You know, you may also need to try on various things for size here, as you know, be flexible, allow yourself to test the waters with things. This is the third key. It's keep your life in balance and test the waters with things rather than diving head on in, as if, again, if let's say that previous example of a partner, for example, was your top priority, and there's someone you really like, but you know, that's not a desire you can wish for someone like them. When you meet someone and you think, oh, this is them, well, you know, take time, try them on for size, test the waters, give yourself time to discover how something really is. Yeah, and be prepared, actually, be prepared as well to try some things on that would be out of your normal expectations. So there's ownership here, letting go of something, ownership. And the third key is being prepared to take a risk, being prepared to, yeah, open yourself to possibility, to try something that is completely new to you. Take a risk. If someone asks you out on a date, I mean, that may not be your priority, but I'm using it as an example. If someone asks you on a date, then, you know, there's an invitation of something here, Knight of Pentacles. Somebody offers you something and it's not your normal type, or not your normal kind of, I don't know, event that you would attend. Do it anyway. Be prepared to step out of your comfort zone, because actually, when you're sitting in that zone of trust and faith, the way is going to be opened for you. So this could, your abundance for 2024 could come in a way that is completely unexpected to you. So be prepared to be flexible, be prepared to try things that are new to you, that are different, that are out of your normal comfort zone. What else are we shown here? We ask about this third key element to abundance. Plant medicine, truth. Okay, be prepared to acknowledge what's real as well. I think maybe you guys have in the past possibly been a bit idealized over certain circumstances. And if you're idealized, you can get quite fixed on one particular course of action rather than being flexible and testing the waters and discovering how something really is. How does it really feel? How does it work for you? So that's definitely part of this third kind of almost key of flexibility, of testing the waters, taking a risk, being prepared to try something that's new to you. Bells. This says deflection. Okay. I'm not sure deflection, what that word actually means. I might just have to look that up. Bear with me. Okay, so I just had to check that one out because yeah, I wasn't sure what the word meant. I don't use these cards that often. I always read through the whole book of a pack of cards when I get them, but you know, sometimes a word won't necessarily stay with me. This is also about listening to the warning signs. I'm going back to the idealization here, not being over idealized, not rushing into something. Try things on for size, check something out, because that gives you power. That means you can find out whether something is really right for you rather than rushing into it. You know, this is, especially given that you're letting go of something, this is about making sure that you're not almost like in a rebound kind of situation. Now, obviously, I've used in as a kind of a metaphorical example, a relationship, but you know, again, it could be a bit like looking at job opportunities, or it's testing the waters so that you have flexibility. So you're taking a risk, you're trying things on for size, but at the same time you're also being very discerning while you're doing that. That's really, really important here. May we ask for more information about this discernment, the listening to the red flags, almost to the bells, alarm bells ringing kind of thing. I mean, I feel like if the bells are ringing and your heart is singing, then you'll know it's right for you. But if the bells are ringing and it's alarm bells, then that's a different ball game altogether. So we have Knight of Pentacles. We have King of Cups. Yeah, be thoughtful about where you place your investments. We have the Fool coming up again. So this is very, very interesting. So I think clearly this is a general reading. So this message will resonate with some of you, but not all. I think the third key here is about balance, moderation, investing wisely, thinking, and that's your time, your energy, your resources, making sure that you keep things in balance, that you don't put all your eggs in one basket is something that's actually coming through here as well for you. We have the Lovers, which is ultimately a card of choices, and we have the Four of Cups. Okay, I think you will have the capacity to be for things to be fruitful, really. This is all about abundance. But think about how you invest your time, your energy, and make sure. So for example, if it's a new relationship comes in for you, if that's part of your abundance, then keep the equality of it in balance. Make sure you're not giving more than you're receiving. If you are looking at financial investments, check them out, and probably don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Check things out, test the waters, try a small investment first and see what the return is, rather than investing a ton of money into one thing and one thing only. So this is the kind of flavour. Try it on for size. See what feels right. I mean, there's a great deal of abundance coming and new opportunities, but also with new opportunities, there's a measured message here for some of you about being mindful and thoughtful about how you invest. Being thoughtful, not overdoing it, in whatever way, shape or form, not committing too quickly. Giving yourself time to really read the signals, the signs, to listen to literally whether those bells are singing with your heart, or whether they are, there's a new song to be sung here, whether they're singing to your heart or whether they are alarm bells ringing. So this is the third key to your abundance. It's really about being very wise. It's stepping into the new, stepping into the unknown, taking some risks for sure, but doing so really mindfully, simultaneously. Very much another key to your abundance. So pile one, what else might we do for you? Shall we just draw perhaps a couple more cards, and then I think that's possibly your reading really, with these 3 keys to abundance for 2024. So remember, okay, we have, I'm seeing both these. We have manifest and we have immerse. Yeah, lovely. So absolutely, by all means, immerse yourself in the new, let go of the old. You're writing a new chapter, you're writing a new story. I mean, the pathway will be shown to you. You're going to have a lot of fun. But, you know, also just be thoughtful when things start to unfold, and I think they will. When things start to unfold, when abundance starts to manifest, give yourself plenty of time to take things step by step. It's like create one page of the book at a time. Remember, you don't need to know how you get to the end goal. You need to take an ownership of it. You don't need to know how. The universe will show you. And so because those pathways are being laid open to you, it's really important then to consider testing the waters step by step by step by step, one page at a time, knowing that the next page will then be thoughtfully delivered, because there'll be learning along the way. There always is. That's life. Pile one, this is your reading. These are the 3 keys to your personal abundance in 2024. Beautiful souls, I am sending you the biggest hug ever. Thank you so much for being here and for being connected to the channel and following my readings. It's such a blessing. It really is. Beautiful souls, I look forward to seeing you for another reading here really soon. If you wish, tons and tons of love to you. Hey pile 2, welcome. You have the mystical Manga Tarot and this beautiful Ammonite. Now we're asking the 3 keys to your personal abundance in 2024. Your first card, we have the King of Coins. We then have, seeing both of those, we have the World. Ooh, we have the Devil. Gosh, I want to say dream big. Set really big intentions, set really big goals, pile 2. It's like you can really do something. You have to believe in it. You may have to let go of any kind of limiting beliefs. Excuse the stickers across the card here. But you've got to let go of any kind of inner beliefs that are holding you back from really believing that you can have, it's like the real deal, whatever that would be for you. You need to dream big. This is the first key. Don't limit your horizons, don't limit your scope, don't hold yourself back, and be prepared to take action as well. I want to say, put your money where your mouth is. Okay, very interesting. Now we have the Five of Swords. Let's draw some clarifying cards around the Five of Swords. What's this about? Let's draw from an Archangel Michael pack. What's the Five of Swords about? Okay, the way forward is open. You're not trapped. Okay, yeah, this is making sense. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. I think you feel like you're held back by certain things, that there's something. I'm going to ask for more information. Do you know, before I do, I've got some new stickers. I was using Post-its. I have some new stickers. Let me just change this on this card so we can actually see something of this card then. Okay, so that is better. Do you know, I think that's part of it. It's like the energy was blocked. We couldn't see something, right? The way forward is open. You're not trapped. So what's been going on here is I think you have felt trapped. You felt that there is something limiting around you, or that something isn't going to be possible. And what you're being shown here is it really is possible, and you're being invited to be ambitious and dream big. That's the first key. It's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, and you'll be able to look to the future with a smile. Yeah, I think perhaps there's something going on around you, pile 2, that has left you feeling as though somehow it's a hurdle or something that you can't quite get yourself out of, that you're feeling trapped by circumstances. It could be your current financial circumstances. It could be a relationship with someone who is controlling, but you're feeling quite powerless. The first key to your personal abundance is to believe that you can genuinely have the real deal, have the bigger picture, the big ambitions. That's the first key. I'm just going to ask about maybe some more guidance, clarification. Is there anything that you need to know to be able to do to move this forwards? Okay, so 9 of Wands. Again, I'm seeing a need to really believe, get yourself centered, to recognize things are not stuck in stone. They're not black and white. Things are not fixed. I think you're feeling like something is possibly very fixed and you won't be able to move beyond it or through it. We have the 3 of Pentacles. What we see in this card here is a nest from within. Literally, this is like laying those golden eggs and trusting that this will actually happen. This will emerge. It's like holding hope from within, holding that belief within, and make it a big dream. Look at that, we have the 3 of Wands. Something can really be ignited here. This is a big, the way will be opened. The energy is going to move forward. Something's going to be transformed. And we ask, what is going to be transformed? What is being transformed for pile 2? Okay, we've got 2 cards. We have the Lovers and the 5 of Swords. So something that is feeling like it's just really like a really difficult choice or a really difficult decision, or something that feels very stuck, is going to completely open up. The card of the Lovers is ultimately a card of choice. Yeah, you're feeling really trapped. There's whatever those circumstances are. If that's not you and that's not resonating, maybe that it's not quite the right reading for you, but it does feel there's a restrictive energy here, but it's almost over. You know, whatever that is about, it's almost over. It's going to shift, it's going to lift. Hold your vision inside of you. Hold your vision. Keep your vision, because the way will be opened for you. The map literally will be shown to you. The direction will come. That's definitely your first key here to your personal abundance. What is the second key, please? What is the second key? Okay, so we have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands and the High Priestess. Okay, and there may be a negotiation here as well, some kind of a contract to be signed or some learning involved. We have the Fool, interesting energy. We have, okay, we have the 8 of Swords. We have, and we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, fab. Now the second key is, I think I'm feeling like there's a bit of a stop-start energy here. So the second key here is to recognize that as things move forwards, they're going to move forwards in fits and starts. It's not going to be all plain sailing. It's not going to be all go, go, go. It's like you get an idea, and you know, you find you have the energy and the resources, and you sit down and you start working at it. You know, it starts to take shape, and then suddenly you kind of feel depleted. Your energy is tired, or there's a hiccup, which often happens when we're working on something new. And you're being asked to really recognize, if that happens, it won't be because you're on the wrong pathway. The map's being shown to you. It's not that it won't move forwards or progress. It's that there'll be other things to be seen along the way. You just need to make sure that you press the pause button and look. Don't sort of assume that if there is a hiccup in any proceedings, that it means you're not on track. You're not going back to a time of stuckness. That's being assured here. That's what I'm seeing. Actually, the key here is about having confidence in those bigger dreams. And if there's a hiccup, recognizing that there's some learning in this. You're being shown something really helpful. Something really valuable is coming to you. May we ask for additional guidance, please? What's this potential hiccup even? I mean, it could be just in general terms, but what is this about? Don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so love can thrive again. Right, so don't give up on something if it doesn't initially run smoothly, or something that is part of your mindset of abundance, your goals that would mean abundance to you this year. Don't give up. I did feel that real stop-start energy coming through here. Okay, I'm going to go with both of those cards as they're just flying out for you. It's like, be a light to others and trust in divine purpose. Know that you're on a path of growth. I will say that I think what we're being shown here is that the year of 2024, it may not be completely plain sailing, but you will absolutely be on that pathway to abundance. The key is to recognize that just because there may be some hiccups along the way, don't give up. Persevere, whether it's a hiccup in a relationship or a hiccup in a project, or you find you've got writer's block, whatever it is, don't give up here. This is coming through for you. Let's draw more cards for you. We have clarification around this, maybe what might happen, or is there any indication of how and when? We have communication, third house. Okay, so actually the key here will be to really make sure you communicate clearly and that you really listen as well. So any hiccups, consider anything and everything in your world as bringing a divine message. And even if it's whether that feels in the moment to be a positive or a negative, it's bringing you, it's a communication, it's bringing you a divine message, and it will help you to stay on track, okay, because you are on a pathway of growth and healing here. We have additional guidance perhaps, please. Gently place your feet on the path you were meant to travel. How beautiful is that? Just keep walking along on that map. The way forward is open, step by step. You're going to get to the pathway of abundance. You absolutely are. Yeah, look at that. It's very interesting. I'm looking at this hill. It reminds me of Glastonbury Tor, although it's not, because it's got lots of trees on the top. But Glastonbury Tor has this sort of spirally pathway that goes around it, as well as a straight up pathway. And I feel like your pathway will be a spirally one this year. It won't necessarily all come in. It's not going to come in a straight line, actually. So this is a very second key message to your personal abundance. What is your third personal message to abundance, or personal key to abundance? What's the third really important message coming through for you, my lovely pile 2? So I'm hearing really persevere. That kind of connects to your second message a bit, but you are going to be divinely, I feel there's going to be divine timing here. Okay, so let's place this here. What else are we shown here? What's the third message, the third key here? Yeah, we've got so we have the Two of Swords, we have the Three of Wands, we have the card of Temperance, we have the Chariot. Oh, loving this, loving your energy. This is really interesting. Hearing divine timing again. We have the Sun. Okay. I think there will be periods when, I think it's building on the second key, which is about persevering and recognizing that you might walk a windy road rather than a straight one. My beautiful pile 2. Listen to everything as a communication. Now, I think that the universe and spirit are going to be orchestrating to maneuver things behind the scenes for you. Okay, so even if you can't see the way forwards, this is involving a lot of trust here for you. And it's very, very interesting. I think things will gather momentum. We're talking about a whole year here, 2024. And don't give up, persevere. Big messages coming through in that energy. It's a windy road rather than a straight road. Keep your eyes on your end goal, your intention. And I want to say, just practice the art of allowing, and just don't falter. Okay, I think probably for the first part of the year, I think your year is almost divided in two. I think we're being given some indication on timing here, and we'll draw cards for, I think, for you for the first half and the second half of the year. I think the first half may feel like it's slow to get going. The second half, I think, is going to motor. So again, don't give up, persevere. This is a windy road, not a straight one. I actually think your key to abundance is also to know that the second half of the year is going to move forwards far more quickly than the first. I think you're going to have almost like a growth spurt in some area of your life. Let's draw some more cards. What is this about? We have an indication of the energy for the first half of the year for pile 2, please. Okay, Vision Quest. And then we have Upper World Future. Right, so the first part of the year, it's really about you visioning in with the Three of Wands. It's about you visioning in what you actually want and setting forth and believing in the future. It's almost like the first half of the year, there'll be a lot more planning, a lot more a lot more visioning of what you want rather than seeing the results. May we have an indication about the second part of the year, please? Shapeshifter. Look at that. And then I did see another card. Let me just see what comes through. Here it is. 3 people, sustenance. You are going to be able to then create and actively manifest a really sustainable future. But first of all, the first part of the year, I think, is very much about setting forth and just seeing what unfolds, trusting that you are where you need to be and enjoying the journey. And then the second half of the year, I think it's like you are shape-shifting energy. Tree people coming in, it's like you can start to be sustainable, you can start to build something of longevity, but I don't think you'll see the longevity of it until the second part of the year. So really just don't give up on things. Have some fun for the first part of the year, have some fun visioning in, have some fun creating, have some fun questing, have some fun dreaming, and keep going, persevere. Then I just feel like then you're going to see a big rocket of change and a very big shift in the pace of energy in the second part of the year. May we have additional information? Let's ask again about the first part of the year. Let go of outcomes. You will be released from the burden you carry. Okay, look at that. You've got to trust. Look at the white crow here. How amazing. Whispering in her ear. Yeah. May we ask for information about the second part of the year for my beautiful pile 2s? May we have information about the second part of the year? Here we have information. I'm seeing it's this one, and I think both of these actually. There may even be 3 here. There are 3. Right, okay, so your first card, look at that. It's an entrance. It almost looks like an entrance to a barrow or the underworld in some way. Fill up from the healing waters of Mother Earth's sacred springs and connect to her heartbeat. Become as one energy. That's how you shapeshift. We then see a knight traveling towards his castle. Honor your soul path. Step into your authentic self. Let your intuition inform your pathway. I just feel like the second part of your year is really unfolding, because here you have almost like the Holy Grail. Heal through changing your story. Begin in this moment, don't look back. This is dreaming big again, really believing, and the way will be shown to you. Pile 2, I really think that the second part of the year, it's almost like you discover that manifestation is actually possible. I just think in real terms, things are going to emerge in a very physical, real way. They're going to motor, and you'll suddenly kind of get it. It's like that shift between that point where we have like conceptual knowledge, like manifestation, we kind of know and we understand it's all about energy, and yet, you know, we know that, we get it, and yet, you know, sometimes we can suddenly do something and we think, oh wow, that actually worked. That's how it happens. That's how it works. We just have additional guidance, please, really, about the overall year, I think, for pile 2. So South Node past and transits climate. Okay. So this is letting go of any limiting beliefs from the past and sort of trusting that the planets will align for you. The climate's got to be right. The energy's got to be right. I do think that part of your year is really sort of like divided. You've got first part of your year very much dreaming in, visioning. Second part of the year, it's like it just starts to manifest. Just happening. Let's just draw a few more cards for you, my beautiful pile 2. We just have an overall perhaps confirmation. How interesting this came out in pile 1 as well. If you're drawn to pile 1, it may be of interest to you. This is rewriting your story. Yeah. How interesting. I do feel that there will be a future of abundance in the second part of the year that is not visible to you in the first part. And even though you're being asked to persevere, it may be that your perspective, shapeshifter perspective, it may be your perspective on what you actually want alters as the year progresses. That the climate around you energetically changes because suddenly, yeah, you realize, I mean, maybe something that you really hold right now as a treasured dream, and that you think that's your biggest, most important goal, and it changes and you end up with a completely different treasured dream or vision of the future, but actually it'll be the one that's right for you. It will totally be the long-term sustainable one for you. Very, very interesting reading. I think that's probably all that I need to do here for you, my pile 2, actually, beautiful souls. It looks a really interesting year for you. Well, perhaps just draw maybe just a couple more cards just to rubber stamp perhaps you know where the second part of the year is going, particularly 7 of Cups. Look at that. You see, I think you find peace of mind. I think ultimately you find where you're going. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles. You find where you're going. You have a clearer vision. I suspect your vision is going to change. What you think you want right now is probably not going to be what you want by the end of the year. But you know what you'll be manifesting is what you actually want. Yeah, look at this. You'll lay something to rest. A dream that you currently have will become a dream of the past. But do you know what? You'll lay it to rest and you'll move forwards in no uncertain terms. How interesting. This looks to be such a fascinating year for you, my beautiful pile 2s. I think this is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I am sending you the biggest hug and all the love in the world. And I do look forward to seeing you for some other readings really, really soon. 2024 does look to be a pretty exciting year in terms of manifestation, to be honest. So really, really wonderful to be doing these readings. Thank you, beautiful souls, for being here. Tons of love to you, and yeah, keep us posted as well. Keep us posted in the comments and in some of the ongoing other weekly readings. Tons of love, beautiful souls. See you soon. Hey, pile 3, welcome to your reading. You've chosen the Light Seers pack and the beautiful piece of chalk. Okay, we're asking, what are the 3 keys to personal abundance for you? First off, I'm seeing already with the 5 of Wands, this is about stepping up. Don't be fearful of competition. Step up rather than down. You know, climb the ladder of success. That's what we're really seeing already. Your first card, 8 of Pentacles, and literally I'm seeing success in more than one area of life as well. I'm seeing you moving forwards, having stuff, taking an ownership of your entitlement. Definitely climbing the ladder. Some of you will be moving in quite competitive circles, maybe. We have the 2 of Swords. What is this about? And the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's going to be collaboration as well. So your first key to success is to do with collaborating and working with people. You're not going to be working alone. There's something, some key to success in some area of your life where there'll be a collaborative venture. You're going to be working with other people. Now, you may well be kind of heading up a team or something like that, but there's definitely going to be collaboration involved here. It's not going to be a single-handed kind of route to success. It won't be like a one-man band kind of thing. You may well be a leader, and that might be quite new for some of you. Some of you might be very new to leading. You might not be used to being like heading up a team or being the person who directs others. But I'm seeing that you're going to need to really, really kind of, I want to say, just take off the blindfolds. It's going to be, there's going to be a lot of very real learning in your pathway here, actually. Let's draw more cards and just see what else we're shown here. Let's draw a different pack. I'm curious, what's the 2 of Swords about here? What is it you're either needing to see? What is this for pile 3 in this very competitive environment or busy environment or collaborative environment? Change is coming. I'm here to guide you through this exciting transformation. This is a time of joyous opportunities. Okay, how interesting. Okay, maybe also, what is this? What is the 2 of Swords about? What is the 2 of Swords? Have no fear. Right. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. Yeah, okay. This is almost like, I think, like I'm seeing you almost getting like imposter syndrome, or feeling like there's so much competition, or you're not going to be good enough, or, you know, collaboration. What if I can't do it? You are going to do this. So the first key to your success is not only stepping up, even within quite a competitive environment or whatever that would mean for you, but stepping up and removing any element of doubt around your belief, your self-belief about your ability to do this. Okay, that's the first key message that's coming through so clearly. Can we have any guidance around this, please? Can we have guidance or more information, please, around this? What do we have here? So, Prince of Wands. Yeah, be fearless. Look at the lion. Be absolutely fearless. Don't be afraid to take a risk. Yeah, don't be afraid to take a risk. And with the 7 of Wands, don't look in the mirror and be self-critical. We've got such a reflection of this stag in the water with all these swords. I think I feel like the second key to your success is, and to your abundance, your personal abundance, is coming through already. The first is actually wholeheartedly about stepping up. You know, climb that ladder of success. Don't be afraid to be ambitious. Don't be afraid to be competitive. You know, you can collaborate, you can work with others, you can make this happen. and don't be afraid to take risks. The second key is really, I think you're going to be working with your own personal inner critic. Have no fear. Change is coming. I think this is a year when you're really stepping up. Maybe some of you into the limelight a bit more. But I do feel there is a second message coming through here, which is all about that inner critic, that self. Yeah, inner critic is the biggie, I think, really. The imposter syndrome, endurance, absolutely. And we've got another lion's head here. It's like strength, courage, faith of your convictions. And then we have south, abundance, yeah. Absolutely. I think you are part of your abundance. For some of you, this is a general reading, but for some of you, you could be given a major job opportunity, a major upgrade, a major promotion of some sort, or something you do takes off. And you are going to need to develop some resilience, because I think it's ultimately quite a competitive environment. And when you do well, there may well be some people who are envious of you. But you know, fear is the trap of the ego. So it's first message, very clear. Second message, also very clear, which is about endurance and really stepping up and removing all kind of ego-based crap that says you can't have, or you can't do, or you can't succeed. Really hearing for a third card to show itself to us, actually, for your reading at this moment in time. May we have further card. I just feel there's another in this pack wanting to come through for you. Yeah, this is the one. Offerings, wealth. Wow. Yeah, I just think, I do think we are in the realms of actually, for you, pile 3 of money. I think abundance can mean so many different things in so many different ways to all of us. Abundance is happiness, it's health, it's all of these things. But your reading very specifically is talking about abundance financially, I think. Very much so. And kind of the endurance and the resilience you do need to develop to be in that top grade position, really. But I'm seeing it coming. So first message, second message to do with inner criticism and developing that resilience. What else are we shown here? What is the third key to abundance for pile 3? So we have 5 of Cups. Okay. And we have the 10 of Cups. How interesting. Let's bring these cards along. We have 10 of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay. I think at some point, because of your rise in financial status, I think that what you might find is you suddenly feel a bit isolated or a bit disappointed. The attitudes of people may well change around you a little bit. But remember, the people that really love you will cherish your success. And the people who are just envious of you may throw their toys out the pram a bit. I feel that there may be a little bit of a sense of isolation for a little while, not for long, but for a little while, like a pocket of time. And I think that happens when you rise. It's like if you were in a really amazing team and you love your colleagues and you get on so well with them, and then suddenly you become their manager. You get a massive promotion and the whole dynamic changes because they're not your mates anymore. I mean, they kind of are, but they kind of aren't, because now you've got to hold them to account. Whereas if they took a bit of a sickie and it wasn't really appropriate, you kind of know them well enough to know that what they're doing, and now it's your responsibility to make sure they don't do that. So it's like a whole shift in the dynamics. And I think it will feel a bit of not so much challenging, but can feel a little bit isolating. But I think that will shift very quickly, because I think your skills, you're being guided and your skills are helping you, and the more you step into that position, I think the more people will cherish and value you. Yeah, because in a way you do always, as you walk, you're walking into something here in terms of the future. You might find that you retreat a little bit. I think there's a lot of assessment that comes with this level of growth, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, 7 of Swords and the Hermit. Curiously enough, I think you might kind of ultimately seriously sort of like move on in more, if we think going back to, you know, what is abundance? Abundance is, I'm just seeing on the bottom of the pack actually, the card that showed itself was the Knight of Cups. You know, if you think of abundance as being stuff you love, you know, with the Knight of Cups energy showing here, rather than, you know, I think you are going to get financial and physical wealth. This means you can move to a bigger house. It means you can take your family. You can go on holidays. You can do loads more stuff. And because I actually feel like your abundance might come in a significantly big way. There's a lot to navigate and a lot to get your head round in terms of, you know, we can all feel, you know, inspired to think, you know, what would we do if we won the lottery kind of thing. But, you know, actually, what would you do? And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, my world wouldn't change. But, you know, you might buy a nicer house, but, you know, there'll be people around you as well. You know, how do you navigate basically having that level of success? And I think so. There's an element in your message here as well, which is, you know, a third key is just recognizing that there will be a significant shift. It's not a negative, but it's an adjustment to make, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. There'll be an adjustment to make. Let's get additional guidance for you about this adjustment. We've kind of seen that sort of like critical, inner critic, imposter syndrome kind of stuff. We've seen you succeed, climbing up the ladder, not being, you know, being fearful to embrace the real big ambitions of physical and material wealth here. Pluto rebirth, debilitated discomfort. How interesting. Back to this rebirth and discomfort, and then Venus beloved. You see, I think it'll all come right. But I do think there is a period of discomfort, of uncomfortableness, because I just think your world is going to transform significantly with Pluto. It's one of those kind of like, you know, you've wished for all this. Now what do? It's like you've got it. Let's draw more cards. What else are we shown here? Can we have guidance and information here? Allow yourself to receive. Don't be afraid to receive. Don't be put off, especially in light of what other people may think. This is what you actually deserve. This is what you deserve. Allow yourself to receive. Don't hold yourself back. Yeah, and release any element of, I sort of feel you guys might swing a little bit from time to time in that sort of zone of, you know, do I really deserve it? I went for a walk the other day with someone and she said something really similar to me. She's somebody who has a house and she's bought a canal boat, and the house is rented out and she's living on the canal boat, and she's contemplating going back to her house again now the tenant's leaving. And she said, but I just feel like I can't really allow myself to have both, because that just feels like I'm being greedy. And it's like getting used to, for you guys, I actually feel the financial abundance is coming in sufficiently for you to have to then work out how you navigate something of the discomfort of kind of like, it's like crossing the tracks really, almost, you know, from one space to another. Let's get additional guidance. Let's get additional information. Right, let's use this pack. Could we have additional guidance, additional information? Upper world future. This is the future that's bright for you. You're meant to be here. You're meant to be on this pathway. I suspect you'll do quite a lot, actually, ultimately, in the long run with your abundance. Yeah, soul retrieval, reclamation. Do you know, in many ways, you're reclaiming something of your birthright. I would not be surprised if in a past life, pile 3, a lot was taken from you, actually. And now you're kind of like almost in this lifetime getting it back. Hence Pluto and the rebirth as well, actually. I will be doing some past life readings, and people have been requesting them, so I'll do some more past life readings in the near future. So if that's of an interest to you, do watch out. There are still some on the channel, actually, if you go to the homepage. I must organise my playlists, actually, so people can find stuff more easily. But yeah, funnily enough, I think karmically you're actually releasing something of a pattern of behavior that came from a past life where you couldn't have something. So you're getting back something that you'd lost. This is you know, an abundant future for you. There's a lot coming in here. There really, really is. Could we have more guidance, more information? Honour the magic of the land. Be nature's friend and ally. Assist in recreating the Mother Earth's original garden of pure wonder. Do you know, that's really interesting? Because I wonder if some of you might actually do exactly that. You might invest in land with your wealth and your abundance. You might actually decide to invest in land to preserve it for future generations. You might find that you're creating a sustainable business that's going to make a difference to the earth energy. Cut away dense energy that holds you back from your goals. Trust in the process of divine timing. Yeah, the dense energy is connected to that inner self-criticism, the imposter syndrome, which I think is going back to a past life, quite frankly, my beautiful pile 3. I think in a past life you couldn't have something, or it was stolen or taken away from you. The path isn't always a straight line. You come back to things that you thought you understood and you see deeper truths. Absolutely. I think that you've probably done a lot of work and you probably understand all of these inner criticisms and things on a certain level. But this is taking you way deeper because you're confronted with having stuff. And I do think there's a massive amount of soul work going on here. Reclaiming what is rightfully yours, some sense of entitlement, but it comes, I think, through a physical abundance, a financial abundance. What else are we shown? We have let go of who you think you should be and embrace who you are. And then, I love this warrior woman look here. Have faith in yourself and in higher powers. They lead you in dark times, even when you feel you've lost guidance. I'm not seeing you necessarily in dark times, but there is some discomfort about owning that position of greater power, greater authority. But I am seeing you, again, stepping up. We have a final card from this pack. Love always supports you and aligns you with your true purpose. Interestingly enough, I honestly think that I did say earlier, when you rise up the ladder, let's say you got promotion and suddenly your colleagues are now, you know, you're now managing them or something, or you're the CEO of the company and they're still down there, you know, doing what they were doing, they'll come round to you. Because I think your style of leadership can be so benevolent that they will sort of, their envy will cease because they'll see that you're doing so much good. I just think, and perhaps that's one of the 3 keys, or another key to your personal abundance, is about doing good with your wealth and knowing that you can make a difference and you can give back and you can have a leadership role in a way that really honours so much, you know, the bigger picture. And people will see this. People will see this. I don't think anyone minds people being really successful when they're amazing. You know, I think people dislike success and wealth when people are greedy and cling to it and they're selfish and they're not nice or they misuse their power. But, you know, the world needs people who can hold positions of power but hold it ethically. Let's just draw a couple more cards to see an overall indication. Someone new is coming. An important new relationship is on the horizon. Open your mind and heart so happiness can enter your life. And trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. Okay, I think this is really telling us, I mean, for some of you, it could be a new relationship. But, you know, for others, it could literally be just the right people showing up at the right time, and, you know, the right colleagues and the right people who are trustworthy. Oh, a card has just fallen from the bottom of the pack. Regain your focus. Trivial matters are distracting you. Again, I think that ownership, that stepping up, the discomfort could distract you from your goal. But I think the right people will align with you. So I personally think you're going to handle this but your reading is suggesting there could be a little bit of discomfort along the way. I think it's just part and parcel of rising to success, and I think in a very fast and sudden way, actually, if I'm honest, my beautiful pile threes. I feel ahead of the game. I want to say congratulations. This is your reading. I think it's very, very clear, and I'm sending you all the love in the world, and thank you for being here. Thank you if you are a returning viewer. It's really such an honor to be connected with you and to have you being a part of this community here, because it is a community, our beautiful Moon Magic YouTube channel. And if you're new, welcome. And, you know, it's such an honor to read for you. So thank you. If this is resonating and you feel like it, do check out some other readings on the channel. And I post 2-3 times a week usually. So do check them out. Press the little bell icon and subscribe if you want to get notification. And I do look forward to hopefully seeing you for another reading really soon. Pile 3, tons of love.